Well, hey everybody, welcome back. I had a couple requests through comments and a few through email even to show you guys taking the cans out of the pressure canner. So I'm gonna do that. So my session is done, my processing is all done. I'm gonna do this the best I can with one hand. I've loosened it a little bit and I've let it steam for a little bit. I don't know if I could do this with one hand. Don't do this with one hand, you guys. Don't try this at home, okay? This is probably not the safest thing. Let's see if I could do this. Okay, so there are my jars. Hopefully we'll get some popping action. I can see the beans are cooking in there. You see that? They're boiling in the jars. So I want to get these out. Got to see how that will work. I have to have somebody hold this. Let's see what I can do here. We'll figure this out. So I just made dinner, so my kitchen's a little messy. I have all my jars over here. Let's see, how am I going to do this? You know, I don't think there's a way I can do it. Just holding it myself. Well, I guess I can get one jar out without doing it the way I normally do it. So I've got my jar lifter. I'm going to take this right here. There we go. And that is one of the black beans. Let me move this lid. And I'll put the lid right here. Okay. Now, normally I do this, I have my pot holders right here, so I put a pot holder under the jar and then I lift with my jar lifter, and it's usually pretty safe like that. So I am going to try to show you guys. Got a good grip on that. There we go. Okay, so there's two of the beans. Oh, caught the popping. They're popping. Let me get one of the white beans out. I'm only going to do this for the first row because there's no way I can get to that bottom row without two hands. Look at that. Look at that. Those are the Great Northern beans. They look so good, and they are boiling in the jar. And you can see, let's see, can you guys see that? There we go. You see the bubbles? There's bubbles right there. These are also boiling in the jar. There you go. There's bubbles right there in all three of the jars, actually. And I think, nope, those are not popped yet. So we should hear them popping pretty soon. Okay, get a good grip. I never do this one-handed, you guys. Don't try this, really. I know that I have a good grip on my jars, but I always put a pot holder underneath just to make sure. So again, don't try this at home. This is me just trying to show you guys how to do this. And I'm going to take out one more Great Northern bean. Now these have been in here for 75 minutes processing with the gas on. I let it vent for 10 minutes before putting the weight on it. And after the 75 minutes were passed, I then let it cool down. I shut the gas, just let it cool down. And about 40 minutes have passed, and I let it cool down all the way until the little indicator is down. So that would be this right here that pops up when you're canning. And when you don't want to open this lid up, I know it looks terrible. I have to clean it up. Oh, there goes a jar. You don't want to ever lift a pressure canner lid up when that indicator is up. You wait until that goes down, because then you know that the pressure has released enough and cooled enough to where you can take the lid off. Otherwise, you will have exploding jars. We don't want that. Okay, let's try one more. I have a second row down there. but there's no way I can get to that second row without with only one hand. There just isn't, and it's not worth the risk of me dropping a jar. So I made sure that these were all really tight. Now see how I have that all the way on there, not just at the ring. So I was saying I made sure that these were all really, really tight before I took them out. The jar, these lids are not loose at all. Oh, maybe that one. So when I took the jars out last night, and I was waiting for everything to pop, that's when I noticed that my carrot jars, the lids were loose, and I tightened them then, and I checked the other ones, but I'm sure that that's why I had the failure on the hot dogs. I am positive, 100%, because the lid was not, the ring was not bent, the seal was not bent at all, and if it had exploded, the seal would have a dent in it. I've seen them online where they're like literally bent in half. So, you know, they have a pretty good sized dent in them. Yeah, you want to tighten your jars just enough to keep that lid on, but not torque it down. We're not going for torque power here, just to tighten it. Because all that ring is doing is holding the seal on until the pressure builds and until it seals itself. That's what the seals are for. Then you take those seals off. Oh, my jars in there are popping. I hear them. So far these are not, but they should any second. I'm trying to get them on video because they usually pop pretty soon. These are all pretty hot. There it goes. It's 7 minutes in, so they should be popping real soon. I love that sound. That's the sound of success, you guys. That's what you want to hear, is that lid popping. That is definitely the sign of success, a successful canning session. Yeah, this one's they're gonna pop in just a second. So, but look at that. Everything looks really good. The black beans are really, really dark. They look really good. While we're waiting for that to pop, I'm gonna show you. So I mismeasured. So I had 1 jar left of beans that I did not process. So I put the hot water in there because I didn't want to waste it, because it had my garlic and my salt in it already. So I couldn't just reuse the beans. So this hot water has been sitting there. It's now cool. And I will show you guys this jar in the morning. It should be full of beans, because it's just like pre-soaking beans. And it will be, it's already sealed itself because of the heat. It's already sealed, but that doesn't mean it's shelf stable. Just because, there we go. Just because heat has sealed a seal does not mean that it is shelf stable and you can put it on your shelf. No, no, no. If heat seals something like this, it can go in your refrigerator, but not on the shelf, okay? Be very wise when you're canning. Take precautions. If something doesn't seal, you reseal it. You do the cans. You can put the jars in another process for the same amount of time, and they should reseal if everything's good. Only do it the 2 times. If not, put them in your refrigerator. And if a jar doesn't seal, there we go. It's perfectly good for 24 hours. Let it sit, see if it'll seal. If it doesn't seal, either recan it or put it in your refrigerator. So when this one looks like the other ones, this is going in the refrigerator. I don't want to put it in there right now. I'm going to leave it on the counter. It'll be fine on the counter overnight. So let's see if I can't even find anything to get that lid out. Oh, maybe I can lift it out. Oh, I guess I can. Oh, there they go. Okay. So, let's move all this stuff. Sorry for moving all around and everything. My stove's all dirty because I just made chicken and all of our dinner. And I like working in a clean space. but I literally just got done with the dinner, and I wanted to do this because a few of you guys have requested it. So here's my jars. I'm gonna try to, there we go. Okay. So this is on the bottom. Yeah, these are, I had extra pinto beans, or red beans, kidney beans. I think I had 3 extra jars of those, so I put those in there. And then some black beans. Here are some more white beans come out. Now, look at the top of that. That's all yucky. That's what I was talking about. But some of this is seepage, so it's water seepage. It's not so much the hard water deposits on this. That's water seepage. So, yeah, it'll be easy to clean off. You just use some water and vinegar, just like you do when you're normally cleaning the jars. Yeah, they should all start popping now. These white beans look really good. I like these. Okay, we're gonna have to move everything before I have an accident here. Remember, your jars are hot. Handle with care. Do not put them touching each other when they come out of the canner. Put them as far apart as you possibly can. Keep them a safe distance from one another, because you don't want them bumping into one another and possibly breaking. See, they're sticking to my dish towel now. Come on. So it is now 8:20. So I started this really late, and I've been doing other things, making dinner, doing a few other things while I'm canning. So this has taken me probably about 3 hours, I think. Well, yeah, about 3 hours. About 3 hours to get this whole processing done. So yeah, it's taken me a little while. I've been doing other things in between, but yeah, that's how I roll. I'm a multitasker all the time. But I was very careful with this batch. Here we go. Trying to move it all because I have more. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, so it's not too close to the edge. So this one right there, you can see there's water on the top. Hopefully the air bubbles will go away. That one has a lot of air in it. But I think it already sealed. So I did debubble. I think they should be fine. I think that one just doesn't have enough headspace. Always an inch of headspace. Someone asked in one of the videos on the comments, always an inch of headspace. You always want that because, again, beans expand and then the water rises and it can push your lid off. So you can have a failed lid. And you want enough water in there to absorb all of the beans. You guys saw I only put a half a cup of beans, and they were level cups for the white or for the black beans. For the Great Northern beans, I put just under half a cup, and it filled the jar nicely. They're still expanding. It looks like they're not fully expanded. I see a lot of liquid in them. So we will look at these tomorrow, and I will show you about this one right here that you can see it's kind of empty. The beans are still on the bottom, and then those are going to go in the refrigerator. So I'll show you guys what they look like in the morning, and I will be taking the rings off and washing the jars down. And then I have some boxes over here to put the jars in, and they'll be going on my shelf, either in the garage or on my wire racks here in the kitchen. I'm not sure yet because my pantry's full. So these are all extras. I've had beans. Oh, that was a loud one. I've had beans sitting around for a while. I bought a bunch of beans and then I went to work and I haven't had a chance to can. So honestly, this is the most canning I've done since Christmas, I think. So I have jars here. I have jars over here. My sauce is over here. I made sauce. I don't think I showed you guys that, but I made sauce, and there's everything that I did yesterday. The hot dogs, the carrots, and the other beans. So there you go. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Please leave any comments or suggestions in the comment box. And please, please thumb up so I know that you're watching. And ring that bell, guys, and then you'll be notified when I upload videos. And there are a lot of videos coming. I had a request for sauerkraut. I don't think I'm going to get to that this week. Saturday's our anniversary. So, and we were supposed to be not here. So, plans got canceled. But, so we're going to be busy over the weekend, doing couple stuff, you know. So, I will probably get to the sauerkraut video probably Monday or Tuesday. Real easy. Stay tuned for that. Have a head of cabbage. If you guys have cabbage, get it ready. All you need is cabbage, salt, and a little bit of vinegar. And we're going to make sauerkraut. It's awesome. You've never tasted sauerkraut until you've tasted homemade. It's awesome. So I'm going to go. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.